Good afternoon on the Empty Skull Ranch. Well, gonna go on a cruise down to get a couple things in town, requisite trip. But figured I'd take the old gal now that the power steering hose is fixed and all that. Before I went, I would like to just do this quick little video out to everybody. The things you should have in a classic car. They don't make them like they used to. There's a reason they're still around to this day. But every now and again, they need a little TLC. And problems come along sometimes as you're driving and you got to address them on the fly. So let's get into a couple of things that you should carry with you whilst cruising around in your car. All right, well, got the deck lid popped. As you can see, badge is a 283 car. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. And as you've seen in my other videos, this vehicle does not have its original 283. However, it's a 64 Corvette 327 high output. Anyway, so as you can see, I have a various array of stuff that doesn't matter. Radios. Yes, I am in the process of figuring out a radio that I can use modern Bluetooth with that will look just like the radio is supposed to be in here. But anyway, I have, for your consideration, everybody needs a little bit of motor oil, the old 1030. I picked that up somewhere. It's not the best. I usually like to use the old Rotella, so I will probably be replacing it with some Rotella. Antifreeze, you always need that, just in case. Transmission fluid, this uses type A, but type A is next to impossible to come across, so Dexmark is a reverse compatible transmission fluid to that. In case there's some guys out there that have these old 60s and 50s Chevys, what I've found in my research, Dexmark is the best equivalent to type A. So, inside of this guy right here, this old box, have a array of things such as a rag, various sockets, 1/2, 9/16, 5/8, 7/16 are a very good size to keep in stock. As you can see, right here at my fingertips is a 9/16. Wow, I almost expected that to be a completely irrelevant size. And number 14, which is, it is what it is. This guy down here is your 12. Okay, we're starting to go into randomsville here. But sizes that I found that work on various nuts and bolts that are in here. Obviously, a lot of these cars have been cobbled, throughout their lives, so you might have some various sizes fasteners. So just familiarize yourself with what you have and then keep the appropriate wrenches on hand for those moments that you might have to adjust them. So anyway, going back in, and no roadside assistance kit is complete without these guys. The universal tool. All right. That's nice. Real nice. And some of these are in bizarre, hard to reach locations, so make sure you have an extension bar in there. And of course you need a wrench to drive them all. And there we go. That is in there as well. So, covers your basic amenities that you need in here. I would also suggest that you put some gloves on, gloves, rubber gloves in here, because your hands, oftentimes when you're cruising, you don't want to get your hands covered in Earl. It's just, usually you're out tooling around having a good time, so the last thing you need is your hands to be covered and caked in oil and grease. So it would be a good idea to just throw a box of rubber gloves in there, so that way you can continue on down the road once you're done your issue, and you don't have to think, all right, where do I get to stop to wash my hands now? So that's another thing. A funnel, which Bueller. 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 I gotta find a funnel. I'm gonna be putting one of those in before my trip commences. But equally important, lengths of fuel line is good to have in here. So like this guy right here, your regular 3/8, you know, that's pretty universal. And another piece right here, you know, that's maybe from an older project, but if you don't need as much and you just need a quick little patch, keep one like a sacrificial piece too that you can take little chunks out of without taking your big piece of line that you may need down the road. So toss these in back here, make sure they're handy as well. Aha, there we go, funnel check. Put it inside of a plastic bag type of housing if you have seepage of liquids oozing. And also a quarter size fuel line as well. Throw that over there. And hose clamps. The holy grail of classic car experience. Hose clamps. So those are present and or accounted for, as well as the window felts. Goodness. I got to put those in. And some precision trim. Ooh, yeah. I don't think I'm going to use it on this car, but maybe on another one. Lastly, this stuff. Water pump and thermostat housing gasket maker. Just in case you need it. Throw that right into that toolkit as well. So now that you got your kit all set up, along with a hydraulic bottle jack, because scissor jacks are kind of sketchy, and you might want to throw in some, you know, everyone's different. I could go on forever and ever and ever with this list. Appeared out of nowhere. Magical. Anyway, that's about all I got for you on this episode of the Empty Skull Ranch. Just any of you guys out there, novices just getting into the hobby of these classic cars, definitely enjoy it, but also come prepared with your kit in case of calamity. So therefore, you're willing and ready to tackle any obstacle that may come your way. All right, guys, that'll about do it for this one on the Empty Skull Ranch. See you guys later. All right.